Hello everyone, welcome to the Nerf Report. On this week's episode, The Walking Dead gets an animated series, Microsoft unveils Mixer, Universal Studios gives us our first glimpse at the dark universe, and finally, Sony, you dirty bastards, you did it. You broke my heart by announcing the end of production of the PlayStation 3. All this and more on this week's episode of the Nerf Report.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
This week, the world received an animated version of everyone's favorite zombie TV show. I know what you're thinking. We finally got an iZombie cartoon? Yes! No, we did not get an iZombie cartoon. I mean, why the hell would you want that? For the deadheads needing a little more Walking Dead in their life, AMC has released a fully animated version of The Walking Dead. The fully animated series goes through the story arc of Robert Kirkman's Volume 1 of The Walking Dead, Days Gone By. If you're interested in watching the first episode of the Walking Dead animated series, head on over to AMC's YouTube channel where you can watch the episode in its entirety. Personally, I watched this and fell in love with the series. I really liked how they kept the animated style and the artistic look of the comics and kind of transported that into the animation of the show. However, I do have a lot of questions, like how many episodes are we going to get? Are they literally going to animate every single volume of The Walking Dead? Because if that's their plan, sign me up. I am totally down for this. The comic book series, in my eyes, is far superior than the TV show. And if any fan of both the TV show and the comics will tell you that they tell two different stories. In the comics, spoiler alert, Rick and Andrea are actually a thing. And in the TV show, Andrea died, and so they're like, hey, we need a love interest for Rick, so throw Michonne in the mix. In the comic book, Lori and Judith are shot to death by the governor. But on the TV show, Judith's still alive. And apparently she never cries. I mean, am I the only one that's noticed that on the TV show? Like, I get it, her cries would attract zombies, but in the real world, that would be a risk of having a baby, and they just have not talked about that. Horror fans from around the world can get together and rejoice because Friday the 13th, the video game, has arrived. That's right, Friday the 13th, the third-person asymmetrical video game, allows one player to jump into the role of Jason Voorhees, while the other 7 players take the role of camp counselors. The role of the camp counselor is to escape, hide, and survive the night as Jason Voorhees hunts them down through Camp Crystal Lake. During its Kickstarter, the game raised almost $830,000. Without the backing of a major studio, Gun Media actually self-produced the game themselves. The game debuted with great excitement from the gaming community. However, bugs, glitches, and server issues made the game very difficult to play. I don't mean difficult to play in the sense that it's really hard to play and actually beat. I mean non-playable. I tried maybe 20 times to connect to a server. However, out of those 20 times, I maybe connected 6 or 8 of those times and actually got to play as Jason or one of the camp counselors. For that reason, the Nerf Report will be delaying our review of Friday the 13th until the game is actually playable. If I were to review the game today, you would literally just get a review about load screens, and I don't think that's what you want. I think you want a review of the actual game. That being said, a lot of people are pissed about this. When it comes to gaming reviews, I believe it's not about being first. It's about doing the best job you can to review the actual game. And taking a second for the developer to actually finish this game for us to review is the best thing that we can do for you, the viewer, and the developer. Microsoft has debuted Mixer, the next generation in live game streaming. Mixer currently offers viewers the ability to have interaction and real-time influence in live game streams. Mixer claims that all of their footage is live, unlike the current 10 to 20 second delay found on most live streaming services. Mixer will also offer co-streams, mobile streaming, and crowd play. Crowd play is the one that I think has the most potential. It's where the audience can actually vote on the decisions happening in the game. So if you're playing Telltale Walking Dead, you can basically say, do you want Clementine to do A, B, C, or D? Well, all of the audience gets to actually vote on the decision made. I think that's freaking awesome. Mixer is currently available on the Xbox One, iOS, and Android devices. I think it's really cool that we're getting a variety in live streaming services. From a business standpoint, anytime you have two companies competing for business, the winner is always the customer. And from this standpoint, it's going to spur creativity and a lot of brand new tools for live streamers to be able to give to their audience and create content. However, I do think it's really weird that this is only on Xbox One devices. They're kind of ignoring these 70 million PS4s that are out there. Granted, not a big deal, but like that's a huge segment of live streaming. Are you a fan of Doom? No, not the Dwayne Johnson movie. No one likes that movie. I'm talking about the video game. Well, if you are, then YouTube user CZ7ASM has created the product perfect for you, the thermostat. Using his Honeywell Prestige thermostat, CZ7ASM has ported the game over to the actual thermostat. He's using an open source version of Doom. God, kids are so talented these days. If you're interested in this project, I've put links down below to CZ7ASM's YouTube page, along with a Tumblr blog post that'll explain how you can upload Doom to your thermostat and surely piss off your parents. So does this mean that Honeywell is officially in the console war? Like, they're going to be doing an E3 press conference on the thermostat now? They're going to announce the fact that GTA 5 can run on their thermostats. It's going to be great. You can run GTA 5 on a thermostat, but you still can't run it on a Nintendo Switch. Question, what did you think of the latest Resident Evil film, The Final Chapter? Oh, you didn't see it? Don't worry, I didn't either. But apparently that doesn't matter, because Deadline is reporting that Resident Evil, the franchise, is getting rebooted. Son of a bitch. James Wan, best known for his work on Lights Out, Annabelle, and Saw, will be producing the film, while the script is being handled by Greg Russo, best known for his work on Mortal Kombat. To be honest, I'm really split on this issue. Like, I love Resident Evil. Some of my best gaming memories come from actually playing a Resident Evil game. That being said, their movies suck. Like, I can't think of an actual Resident Evil film that I really enjoyed. So if they're going to reboot them into actual good zombie horror films, then I'm all for it. But if you're just going to give us the same garbage that we've gotten for the past couple years, don't even touch it. Just let this franchise die and let it be a video game. In the world of Pokemon, if you're traveling between the Johto or the Kanto regions, you're definitely going to find different species of Pokemon specific to the certain regions. Well, like the fictional world of Pokemon, Earth has region-specific Pokemon as well. Artist Paul Robertson has created Australian Pokemon, and I gotta admit, man, when people make their own Pokemon, I absolutely just love it. Like, I think that is the creativity that's really cool behind fandoms. The 151 listed Pokemon include Cricket, who of course evolves into Footy, or Roll, who evolves into Rolls and final evolution of Rolls. Other personal favorites would be Kookaburra, Combat, Wombash, Dinglo, Yowie, and of course, Big P. But I do not understand any of those references, but I still want to catch every single 150 of them. On top of that, I think it'd be really cool if Nintendo would allow users to create their own Pokemon and actually insert it into the game, and then other players have the actual chance to find that Pokemon. I've always thought that that's been missing, and it would be a really cool, unique feature that might bring some life or some freshness into the actual Pokemon franchise. Last episode, I covered the introduction of exosuits into American retail stores, and I warned you. I literally warned you that SkyNet was coming. And it's here. Dubai has introduced the world's first robotic police officer. Because what could go wrong with that? The robot is 70 inches tall, 220 pounds of human enslaving technology. The robot will roll around, salute, bow, and speak multiple languages. It's already more powerful than most Americans. But more importantly, the robot has a motion detector. That's right, RoboCop can recognize a person's body language or emotion from 5 feet away. The robot is currently non-lethal, however it has facial recognition technology to spot offenders. The current hope is the robot will free up police officers from the simple, minute tasks of the day-to-day work and allow them to focus on more serious issues. Universal Studios has unveiled the Dark Universe, and I can't wait! For years, Universal Studios has been home to such cinematic masterpieces as Dracula, Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Creature, the Wolf Man, Phantom of the Opera, dare I go on? The Dark Universe gets its start with The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise. In the film, Tom Cruise's character meets Dr. Henry Jekyll, played by Russell Crowe. Dr. Henry Jekyll runs an organization called Prodigium, an international monster-fighting organization. Prodigium will be the link between all the films, and Universal has already tapped Johnny Depp to play the Invisible Man and Javier Bardem to play Frankenstein's monster. The next film in the Dark Universe will be the Bride of Frankenstein, releasing in the year 2019. Universal is eyeing Angelina Jolie to play the dead bride herself, and rumored to one Dwayne Johnson to play the Wolfman. I am all over this. These could be the most garbage movies in the world, and I'd still go see every single one of them. I can't wait. After 10 years and 85 million units sold, Sony has announced the end of production for the PlayStation 3. Man, that's a tough one to say right there. The PlayStation 3 for me was my first true console that I bought on my own. Growing up, my parents had given me a PlayStation 1. They bought me a PlayStation 2 for Christmas. The PlayStation 3 was the first console that I saved up for, bussing tables, selling computers, doing crazy stuff to save up $599. A lot of good games, a lot of good memories. So I wanted to kind of put together a video package remembering the good moments I had with the PlayStation 3. So this is for you, Sony. Thank you so much for the memories. Rest in peace, PlayStation 3.
So, now on to PlayStation 3.
Not just like this, but this way too. Because real boxes don't hit like this.
It's warned PlayStation users about hackers. It says that people's sensitive personal details may have been stolen after Sony admitted that hackers had breached the system.
These guardians show us what we are and what we will be again.
Dear PlayStation, I got a tip that you were making the PS3 $299. Confirm or deny?
$2.99? Bernie, you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
No, we are survivors.
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess!
I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather.
Dear PlayStation, my grandma won't stop watching Blu-ray movies on my PS3.
You know what she did for fun when she was your age? She pushed a hoop with a stick.
But I want to put...
With a stick.
I've been waiting...
Stick.
That is it for this week's episode. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that little thumbs up. Give us a like. But more importantly, if you need more Nerf Report in your life, follow us on Twitter at the Nerf Report, where we are constantly posting gaming, geek, nerd, and comic news throughout the entire week. Thank you for watching. My name is Bryant Chappel. Until next time, this is the Nerf Report.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.